This is YSM Sports Media. Want to thank you for all your love and support. Really appreciate it. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and click the notification button for all future content.
Errol Spence defeated Danny Garcia via unanimous decision. And I remember you caught a lot of slack for your prediction. But you end up you end up, when the fight got pushed back, you end up kind of switching up. Did it go the way you predicted it the second time?
You know what? The way that I thought the fight was gonna go in general, it didn't go that way. And I would have thought Danny would be more prepared. You know, it's one of those fights that he had to really show you need to be relevant and still talked about at that top level. You know, right now being 0-3 against top guys, it's not a good look. It's he still got a lot of fight left and everything else, but it's sad that he wasn't able to adjust. He wasn't able to execute certain game plans. He abandoned a lot of his tools during the course of the fight, and he didn't he didn't do what he was supposed to do. And whether he was trying or he couldn't adjust is one thing. If it was because his corner tried to navigate him into a better position, that's something that's on them. But in all honesty, man, I give the utmost props to Derrick James. He that was a fantastic game plan. He trained Spence exactly the way he did it, and he executed the game plan. You know, really good. So Spence did what he was supposed to do, and I give my hats off to him, man. I really enjoyed it.
For me, I thought that Danny didn't let his hands go enough. I felt like the opportunities were there.
Hmm.
Now, do you
Yeah,
is it that hard to change your natural style specifically for one fight?
man. Listen, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, bro. So there's just certain things that he could have did that would have been more effective for the fight for him. Kind of like when he was throwing that right hand to the body, and he had Spence jumping the way that he was jumping, instead of just watching him jump, he didn't execute. He didn't go after him. Those are little things like that. You know what I mean? Like he's sitting there with his left hand down against the southpaw, knowing that the counter is easy right there. And if you're already struggling with the jab, why are you fighting with your hands down? You know what I mean? So it's some adjustments that he could have made or could have been told that would have been easier for him. But Danny has gotten far with his natural ability and his own IQ in the ring, and now he just has to really think about further decisions, whether he wants to move forward or moving up. I don't know. Whatever he thinks is best for him and his family, him and his team, whatever they confident of doing, they're doing. You know what I mean? But I just feel as though he couldn't adjust.
Did you see any layover from Earl Spence in that because of the accident or
Errol
the
Spence is
layoff?
definitely Errol Spence. Errol Spence is absolutely not the same fighter, and I know I'm gonna get other stuff for this, and it's okay. But it's now the way he performed against Danny. That's phenomenal. He did a great job. Right? I'm gonna give him all the props in the world. Him, his team, his sparring partners, everybody got him ready for this. I give him props. Um, but he's definitely not the same guy. Now, a lot of that, a lot of his timing and his rhythm and his reflex all could have came about because of being laid off for so long.
Mm.
So to get the timing back and the rhythm and everything else does play a part. But I wasn't looking at it. I was looking at more of how he was reacting with certain shots, how, he lost balance on a lot of punches and his
Mm.
equilibrium being a little off. The way that, he was breathing so hard, by the 8th, 9th round, going back to his corner, and the way he was sitting in the corner, the way his face was looking. It's like he pushed it out like a dog. You know what I mean? He fought his heart out. He knew that it was a lot on the line, and he had a lot to prove, and did his thing. And there's nothing negative I could say about it. You know what I mean? But he's not. He's definitely not this. That's not the fighter that fought Porter, and that's not the same one that fought Kell Brook. That's not the same Spence. Now, maybe in the next fight or two, he'll get his groove back. But judging off of this performance, I don't feel as though that he's not all the way there yet.
Now with Danny losing, him being 0-3, Porter, I think Porter's like 1-2, and now you have Boots going for his first world title. Virgil Ortiz is in the mix. Do you feel like there's a shift happening in the welterweight division where the young guys are becoming the contenders?
Oh, most definitely, man. Most definitely. It's a very exciting era that's gonna come. You know what I mean? Boxing, man. Boxing is like every 10 years there's a new era that transforms into a whole new era. You know what I mean? So, we're at 2020. Of course, it's been a horrible year for everyone, and now we got the next 10 years that we look forward to. So, when it comes down to the sport of boxing, now it's like the youth is here. And really to lead it off, you had Teofimo Lopez started off with a phenomenal performance. You know what I mean? He was confident. He said what he was gonna do. He did, and he basically is basically he's the guy that showed the new era's here, and we're here to take over. And I think that's what it's gonna be. And I told people the water closing in, stop running. There's no one, you know what I mean? Like, there's no one shooting. There's no reason to run no more. Stop ducking. Now you can't duck no more. No more.
All right, so are you comfortable with saying this is the Teofimo Lopez, Jaron Ennis, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia era that we're going into from 2020 on to 2020?
Yeah, can't forget about Shakur. Can't forget about Shakur.
Yeah.
Can't forget Shakur. You got Scooter. You know what I mean? I don't know, bro. Like, this is a whole nother era, and it's going to make some noise, man. It's going to make some good noise, and it's going to bring boxing back to where it needs to be, I'm excited for it, man. I really am. You got a lot of talent in boxing right now. It's especially coming out of Philadelphia, man. You got, a lot of talent coming out of here soon, and of course you got a lot of guys in the amateurs who are showing off, and then they doing their thing, and then they soon will turn pro, and more and more forward from there. So it's pretty exciting. I'm excited for it.
Okay, thanks, Rob. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, man. Listen, man, stay safe. Wear your mask, social distancing, all that, and spray your hands, man. Everything's dirty.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. All right, man. Talk to you later.